last time, Sparkle and Oo, you helped save the unicorn. And there were some bad men trying to trap her, right? And then she asked if you wanted to follow her into her world, right?
And I said yes.
Yeah.
And so does my sister.
Yeah. So you went and you found an entrance that shimmered in the moonlight and you walked into it, right? So this is what happened. You walk into it and suddenly everything starts to glow and shimmer and get really bright. And there's a big flash and your bodies feel really tingly. And then you walk into a new world. A world that looks very colorful.
I don't want to go ever out of it.
And very bright. And
never, ever.
When you look around, everything looks extremely magical.
That's because it's a magical world. It's where the unicorns live.
It is.
Can this world appear ice cream?
You know what? I don't think they actually have ice cream here, but you could always try and make it.
I made ice cream.
Yeah. All right, let's put the dice down though. So you're in the world and the unicorn says, "Welcome to where I live. I never gave you my name. My name is Shimmer."
Ooh, Shimmer.
Yeah, it's a pretty name, huh?
Yeah.
So she says, "The reason I came to your world is I came looking for some help. I see all of us unicorns have been getting sick and we don't know why. And I went to find help, but I got lost and then I ended up in your world. And then those evil men, they trapped me and you came along and saved me."
Yeah, I listened to it because my idea was to listen it so you could cut it with your horn.
Yes, and if you hadn't have done that, who knows what would have happened to me. But maybe you can help me again?
Yeah.
I need help. Well, I need help figuring out what's making us all
I
sick.
think I know why. Maybe there's some germs all over the place, or someone's sick already that we need to cure and it's spreading.
Well, you're going to have to find out. So the first thing, though, is Shimmer tells you...
virus somewhere.
Could be. Shimmer says, "I'm lost. I don't know how to get home. I'm still lost. I need your help." There were these really cool rocks that people had placed together that showed the way to where I lived, which is at Crystal Lake. But the problem is all of those rocks have been busted by someone and they've been broken down and taken away, and I don't know how to get back.
We can follow the prints the rocks made.
Do rocks make prints? Do rocks move?
No, but they can, like when I set them down in the dirt, like I see a rock shape from the bottom.
Oh, so you want to see if you can see where the rocks had been stacked. Okay, all right. So, do you want to do the same thing, Sparkle? How about you both make me an investigation check?
D20.
D20.
20.
That's your D12. There's your D20. Okay. All right. So 16. Oh, I don't have your character sheets. Let me grab those.
Mine's 2.
Let's see. There is Oo and Sparkle. So you rolled a 16 and you rolled a 16. You two, how do you do this? Okay, so your investigation, Sparkle, you'd think I'd have it memorized, is a 1. And yours is, thank you for turning around, is a 0. So you got a 17 and you got a 16. Okay. So looking around, it takes you a little bit of a while, but you find an area where there's no plants growing. It looks like something had been sitting there for a long time.
The rocks!
Yeah? Okay, so Shimmer comes over and she looks at it. She's like, yes, I think this is where one of them were. And then she says, they always pointed in a direction, but we don't know what direction they pointed.
We can follow the print because most rocks, if they're huge, they can make a big print, which people can see with their eyes. and that's really good.
But the problem is so the rocks were in a pile, and then you need to know where the next pile was. But where is it? How are you going to figure it out?
Well, like goblins have good ears. We could hear.
Hear what though?
We could hear the way and nature. I like nature.
But the rocks don't make noises.
I know.
So what are you going to do? Do you have any
we can
ideas,
follow
Sparkle?
the wind. Bro.
Does the wind blow to where she lives?
Well, my idea. Where the wind goes.
But that's not necessarily going to take you to where you need to go.
Dad, my idea is to roll this.
Well, rolling that's not going to help you. You need to help the unicorn find Crystal Lake. So.
Wait, I know called Crystal Lake. Maybe if we look very closely and we maybe could see like the crystals, like the sparkle.
You're in the middle of a forest, and there's no lake in sight. And this forest is very magical. The trees are all sorts of crazy colors. Like some of them are blue, some of them are pink, some of them are yellow,
purple and blue.
So what are you going to do? How are you going to find Crystal Lake?
Wait.
And Shimmer doesn't know where it is either.
Wait. I think I know how. Shimmer.
What?
I think I know how. I think we have to get something magical and we build a machine that we could use to look through and see if we can find the Crystal Lake.
That would be great, but I have nothing to build a machine with.
Yeah, but we could use magic stuff in the world.
Here's a question. If ever you two are lost and you have nobody around to help you, what's a good idea?
Calling for help.
Calling for help, okay.
We call all... Simmer, do you know how you call for help in this world?
Well, I mean, maybe we could find somebody who could help us.
Ooh. Thanks, Sparkle.
That's Sparkle. So, okay. So what do you want to do? You want to see if you can find somebody who knows the way?
Simmer gives me good ideas.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to find?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I didn't really say I want to find because my towers are knocking over.
All right. Let's pay attention though, okay? How about this? So we can pay better attention. Drop the dice. I will give you the dice when it's time to roll.
Dad, I was this.
Excuse me.
When this call to nature for help. That would be really helpful.
Whoa.
That would be
Swallowed
helpful.
wrong.
If I was I could sing somehow, hum or somehow, and then this call the forest to help. I was
How about if you want to call for help through singing,
I want to use the forest to help, the trees, the plants, all get out of the ground and help us.
Let's not ruin it.
We could eat on them and then
Okay.
and then they could follow.
So that's your idea. Sparkle, do you have any ideas?
Maybe go find another unicorn.
Well, see, that's what you're trying to do, though. Shimmer said all the unicorns live at Crystal Lake, but we don't know where Crystal Lake is.
Yeah, but
So
if I sing and then I want them. If I sing and then they all pop out of the ground, bend down, so we can ride on them, and then they would take us to Crystal Lake.
okay. How about this? You make me a performance check for singing, all right? So roll your d20. Do you want to help her in the performance?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? All right. So now you roll your d20 as well.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, that's a 12 plus your performance, which is right here.
Wait, that's a 5.
No, you rolled a 12, a 1 and a 2. And you rolled a 14. Okay, so your performance, that's a 13, and yours performance is a 15. You got a 14 plus 1 is 15. Okay, so you both start singing. And tell me what does your song, what are you singing about? Are you like calling for help, or are you just singing?
Calling for help like the plants, and calling for help for the plants to pop the ground.
Okay.
And then we could ride on them to Crystal Lake.
Okay, so
And how I will do that, the tune is
okay, now let's
sing.
let's be nice.
Sing.
So what happens is you two start singing, and you start singing a lot. All right?
And my way.
And as you're singing,
My way.
Shimmer looks at you, and she's trying to figure out what it is you're doing when a small dragon-like creature comes up to you.
What if the plants would come
And he's a
out?
bright.
My way of singing is
Yeah.
I
So
like Elsa.
it's a bright blue. Like really blue. The bluest blue you've ever seen. It almost seems to glow. It's like an electric blue. And what happens?
Wow. I thought I would call the plants out of the ground.
Well, this dragon comes up to you, and he perches on a branch of a tree ahead of you, and he looks at all of you, and he starts to laugh. He's like, "What are you doing?"
We are calling for help.
Calling for help?
We're-
Why?
We're trying to help this unicorn to get to Crystal Lake because that's her house. Simmer
Oh.
needs help to get to Crystal Lake. He got lost.
You're trying to help that unicorn? A lost unicorn? Oh my, he says as he grins. Shimmer says, "Oh no, I don't know if this guy's really going to help us." He says, "Oh, I can help you. I know the way for the right price."
I don't think we should do that. I agree with Simmer.
Yeah? So, he says, "What? You don't think it's a good idea? All you need to find is 3 bright blossoms for me. Can you do that?
Okay.
I'll show you the way, but only if you find 3 bright blossoms."
I think he's just gonna lead us to snappy plants.
Ooh. Okay, so
Yeah.
are you gonna help him?
Yeah. I know he might do something rude, but we still have to get him what he wants.
Okay.
It's
So
the right thing to do.
What he does is he says, "Okay, the bright blossoms are located off in the forest. You can tell them because they glow a bright yellow like the sun. But there's just one more trick now that you've accepted my quest. If you don't find me 3 bright blossoms by sundown, I'll turn you all into logs of wood.
Uh-oh.
Then I'll use you as my campfire."
Oh!
All right. So Shimmer says, "We better get moving."
Yeah, I'm trying to run, but I can't. I'm a goblin.
You can run. You've got little feet.
Yeah, but no way. I'm a goblin.
Okay, so you decide to look for bright blossoms. And Shimmer says, "Bright blossoms are very rare. They're very hard to find."
But he did give us a hint.
He did give us a hint. I say we start looking right away. So where do you want to look
But
first?
there's many things that glow yellow.
You're just gonna have to be careful then, huh?
Like a yellow glowing grown-up dragon.
Okay, so how are you going to look for the bright blossoms?
And like a
You
yellow
tell me.
glowing squirrel.
How are you going to look for them? What do you do?
I think those hearts are like yellow because they glow yellow.
You just want to make an investigation check? Okay, so you roll. You roll. Oop, go ahead, roll it in the box.
Do that too.
All right, go ahead. 16 and a 1. Uh-oh.
No, that's
All
not-
right.
Oh yeah.
That's a 1. So your investigation is...
I still roll pretty
So
good.
you got a 17. All right, so you begin searching. And what happened? You have 3 tries to find 3 bright blossoms. In your first try, you find one. You find this bright flower that is glowing extremely bright, and it's very yellow, almost golden looking. And Shimmer says, that's one, that's definitely a bright blossom. And
Let's pick it.
so you pick the bright blossom, okay. And the sun moves further in the sky as it starts to get closer to dark. Now,
Wait. Sometimes if we pick plants, a big danger happens. Because, like, I heard movies do that and, like...
well, in this you're fine. You can pick the bright blossom and you're okay. All right, you need to now make another check. All right, go ahead. Roll your dice.
I didn't find any.
Well, let's see.
Uh-oh.
Roll it in the box, please.
Oh, I was lucky.
Go grab it. Roll it back in the box.
I hope
Yeah,
I
roll.
was lucky.
Yeah, you rolled an 8, so you got a 9
Oh,
and
no,
a
no, no.
7. Uh-oh, you got, your investigation is an 8, so neither of you find any bright blossoms.
Oh,
no, it is almost sundown. Okay, go ahead and,
I think I know what to do.
what?
Simmer,
What?
have you seen any bright blossoms while on your way?
So Shimmer thinks, and she says, I have been told that bright blossoms like to grow next to trees because the shade of the tree helps them. So you can, because you asked Shimmer and she gave you more information, you start looking around the trees instead of just everywhere. You can now both make your next roll at advantage. All right, so you're gonna roll your D20. Yeah, roll it again. And then you're gonna, after you've rolled it, we'll take the number. So you got a 4 and you got a 5. Good thing you have advantage. So we get to roll one more time, and if the number's higher, you get that number. Go ahead, roll again. Oh, a 14
That
and
was so slow.
a 13. Good job. So,
I do not know how we just get better at rolling.
well, it's just random. It's just random. So, you both find a bright blossom each growing underneath a big purple tree
That's good.
that looks
That's good
really
because,
fat.
Because that tree, we better
Yeah,
hurry.
the
to
sun
that.
is setting. It's almost down. So,
Simmer, can we ride on to the dragon?
she says, that's a great idea. And
Pretty fast,
she
with full speeds.
yeah, she lets you climb on her
But
back.
he's not free.
He said, yeah, you did 3 times the roll, and that was your third one. You found it, and you ride on Shimmer as fast as you can back to the dragon, who, as he arrives, he goes, oh, you're cutting it kind of close, aren't you? Did you bring me my bright blossoms?
Here they are.
Okay, and he takes them, and he looks them, and he sniffs them and goes, yes, those are bright blossoms for sure. You want to find the way?
Yeah.
Well, it's a little tricky now since something has destroyed all of the markers, but I have a very good memory and I know where they are. Follow me, he says, and he begins to fly. And you
Can I
notice
ride on your back?
on the he's too small. He's very small.
Yeah.
But what happens is as he's flying in the night, he begins to glow a bright blue, and Shimmer is able to follow him.
Is he this small?
No, he's probably about as big as this.
That's
So-
pretty small.
Yeah. All right. So you follow him all the way through the night, and you arrive at Crystal Lake. And what happens is it's getting very late, and Shimmer says we better sleep here for the night, and then I'll take you around the lake in the morning, and we can visit the rest of the unicorns.
Okay.
All right. So you both get to rest, and you everything's okay. You haven't been hurt or anything. And what happens
I would have
is
called the plants because it is magical.
these plants don't respond that way.
Okay.
So the next morning you wake up, and Shimmer takes you around the lake.
The good thing I caught a dragon.
Yeah, good thing that the dragon came. And what happens is you find all sorts of unicorns. There's just tons of them. They're everywhere.
Can I ride her sister?
Well, what happens is when you arrive, they allow you to get on one of the unicorns, and they take you through and they show you the area. Shimmer brags.
Is there any sparkling ones? I want
Oh
the
yes,
sparkling
yes.
ones.
There's sparkly ones. There's rainbow ones.
I will
There's
pick the
ones with
sparkling one.
silver hair.
Oh, silver hair!
Okay, so you ride on Shimmer and you ride on one with silver hair? Okay, so you're riding next to the lake, and the lake is just the shiniest, most clear lake you've ever seen.
It's not even dirty.
Not dirty at all. It looks so clean. But what happens is, as you're going through and you're being introduced to all the unicorns, Shimmer says, I need to show you what's going on. And she takes you over to an area where there's a bunch of trees that have grown together and make a lot of shade. And she says, this is where all of the sick unicorns are. And she takes you in, and you see about 10 unicorns. And all of them look really, really sick.
Wait.
Some of them have their hair falling out, and all of them look very yellow. Some of them, they look like they've just lost their shine, and their eyes look really sick, and they do
Wait.
not look good.
I think we can find a flower that can heal them.
You think you can find a flower that can heal them? So Shimmer says, what kind of flower are you talking about?
A healing flower.
Well, I don't know of any healing flowers around here, but you can definitely
I
look.
heard that healing flowers, they like to grow in the sunlight. It helps them grow tall and big.
Oh, yeah? Well, how about you make a medicine check for me to see if you know anything about
Wow, there's so
flowers.
many checks.
Yeah? All right, roll your d20.
Dad,
Do you want to make a medicine check as well?
no, and
No?
also, Dad, when can we find those little guys?
Uh-oh. We'll have to write them into stories sometime.
But I still have.
So your medicine is a 2. So you got a 6, and you can't remember any medicine flowers that would be in this area.
I could have some. They do grow in sunlight.
Huh?
I could have.
Not here,
I could have.
unfortunately. Okay, you want to make a medicine check?
Do the flowers
Okay.
in here grow under the trees?
That was just the bright bloom. Yeah. Okay, go ahead, make your medicine
That's
check.
kind of like bright bloom seeds.
Whoa! Okay. So, you, little fairy, your medicine is a -1. But you got a 17, so that's still a 16. So what happens is you're looking around and you think, I don't know of any flowers that grow in this world. But you being a fairy and having a heritage of fey creatures, you remember that way back when you were younger, there was a time that your grandma was talking about medicinal flowers in the Feywild, where she came from. And that's where you are. You're in the Feywild. Now, you can try and find these flowers, or you can try and figure out what's making all of the unicorns sick. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna say F. Let's make it all the unicorns. Let's split up. F. You look for the flowers. No, I want to see what is making the unicorns sick.
Okay, so you do a medicine check again on the unicorns, and you want to.
We'll find the flower.
You're gonna go look for flower. Okay, you go make.
I actually want to do the same thing as Sparkle.
Oh, you want to do the same thing? Okay, so your medicine check was a 2 minus 1. You only got a 1. You can't figure out anything. You just know that they're very, very sick. Now you do a medicine check. Okay, go ahead. An 8, and your medicine is a 2, so you got a 10. 8 plus 2 is 10. All right, so, excuse me. What happens is you start to look over the unicorns, and Sparkle is looking and going, I don't know, I can't figure it out. But you notice that all of the unicorns are being given more and more water from a stream, like a part of the, so what it is there's the lake, and part of the lake makes a little bit of a stream out, and it runs near where these unicorns are drinking.
Wait!
Mm-hmm.
The water must have a virus in it, or the crystals aren't working anymore.
Oh, the water, so you think the water might have something in it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so how about you investigate the water? Do you want to do a... So you can either try and do a medicine check and see if you can figure out something in the water, or you can look for things.
I want to do water, medicine check.
You want to do a medicine check, and what do you want to do? You want to... Okay, so go ahead and roll. Oh, you got a 5 minus 1 of 4. Okay, and you roll. Roll it in the box. Gotta roll it in the box. Oh, okay. So you are still struggling. You see that the water, and you smell it, and you can tell something's wrong, but you begin to realize that there's something in the water.
I was right!
Yes, but all you know is it's coming from up the stream.
Wait, let's go up this stream.
Okay.
Like go up the hill.
So you go up the stream towards the lake again, and you see where the water begins to come down, like from the lake into the stream.
Wait.
There's a bunch of very dark and wicked looking black plants. And they're growing all around the water there. And the water comes through looking crystal clear. But then after it passes through these plants, something doesn't seem right. It's not as bright and colorful anymore. It's almost imperceptible. You can hardly tell. But
I'm gonna call the dragon again.
You're gonna call the dragon again? Except he's gone. He left. He's away. He's gone.
But why
So
can't
what
I
are
call
you doing?
him again?
Because he's so far away, he won't hear you singing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Okay, so what are you going to do?
Wait, Simmer!
Okay, so you call Shimmer over.
Simmer, there's these wicked looking plants that are making once the water passes through them, the water is not as colorful anymore.
Oh, she looks at them and she says, I've never seen plants like this before. Let's get rid of them.
But what if they grow back?
I don't know. Maybe they will.
Let's go pick them.
Okay.
They will grow back even taller than before.
So are you going to pick them? Sparkle thinks she wants to pick them. You want to pick them? Okay, so Sparkle gets to work. Little fairy just ripping all these plants out and just getting rid of them. And she takes out all of the plants, and the water begins to start to flow back, and it looks better again. And what happens is Shimmer says, well, I hope that fixes the problem. And she says, thank you so much.
I actually don't think, I think after a while, or maybe tomorrow, they'll be back again.
Well.
But I got an idea.
You got an idea. What's your idea?
Soap, we could use soap, bubbles, and, yeah.
You want to use soap? Do you have any soap with you?
No,
Uh-oh.
but we could use some magical stuff.
Well, we don't have any magical stuff for
But
healing
this
people.
is the Feywild.
It's true. You could try and find something. So, okay, go and do a wisdom survival check to see if you can find some medicinal plants. Roll it in the box. Can we stop doing that, please? Thank you. All right, go ahead. Roll it in the box.
Oopsies.
In the box, please.
Oh, that was a good roll.
Do you want to do a survival check?
Holy cow!
Oh, very good. So 15 plus 2, that is a 17. Do you want to roll?
It was a 5.
Oh, wait, you have a plus 4, so that's a
roll.
19. Yeah, I said 15 plus 2 is 17, but you actually have a plus 4, so you have 19.
But I have 5.
A 1 and a 5 is a 15.
But you said a 1 and a 2.
No, I said a 1 and a 5. Did I? Oh, I don't know. It's a 1 and a 5. It's a 15 plus 4. It's a 19. Okay, go ahead. Roll.
Daddy.
You got a 5 minus 1, 4. Oh no, you're just having trouble looking for
Let me
stuff, aren't you?
roll again.
That was your roll. Your survival's a 1, so actually it's a 6. Okay, so you look and you
I'm
look,
reading upside down
and
again.
what happens is OO finds some plants that she recognizes would be able to help heal the unicorns. And you give it to the unicorns so that they can start feeling better. And
Unicorns, you should, when the water looks dark and like the plants, you should just go away and not drink from it.
Ooh, okay, so because the water's clear, they say, well, we'll drink this here because it's really hard for us to move, and you cleared out the plants, right? Okay, well, then we should be okay. And it takes you all day to do this, and you get to go to sleep that night. When you wake up the next morning, Shimmer comes and finds both of you. And she says, oh, Sparkle, the plants are back.
I knew it!
Oh no.
Wait.
So what do you want to do?
Simmer,
Hmm.
do you know any ideas we could do to get rid of them?
Well, we tried pulling them up,
Yeah, that would
and that didn't work. I don't know. Let's go look at the plants.
Okay.
So you go over to the plants,
I think
and can both of you make a
I want
perception
to hop
check?
in the water and look closer.
Okay, go ahead. You hop in the water and you look around. And Sparkle, can you make a perception check for me? Oh, a 15.
Can I do
A
anything?
15 plus. Yeah, roll your perception. So minus 1, so you got a 14. That's really good. You got a 13 plus your perception, which is a 1, so you got a 14. You both got a 14. While you're looking around the plants, you see what looks like big hoof prints. Big, like bigger than any of the unicorn ones. All around the plants and then leading off into the forest.
Wait, a deer has bigger hoof prints. They're bigger.
Not really, no.
Yeah, that's true.
So what do you want to do?
A dragon.
They look like horse footprints. They look a lot like the unicorn footprints, the hoof prints, but they're bigger. They're slightly bigger.
Wait, Simmer,
Mm-hmm.
can you help us? Can we test all of the creatures with hoofs in the Feywild to see if they match that footprint?
Well, we can have all of the unicorn around here. We can check them and see if they match.
Let's put all of their prints in there and if they fit.
Okay, so you get all of the unicorn, and you have all of them come, and all of them put their prints
And see,
in.
even our friend one does it.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Even Shimmer does it. So you check all of the unicorn, and none of their hoof prints match. Everybody's is a bit smaller. These ones are bigger. And
Wait.
so Shimmer says it's not one of us.
What are all the unicorns' names?
Oh, I'm not going to tell you all. There's lots of unicorns. Lots of them.
There's 2 or 3.
Like, try like 25.
I want to know what the golden one name is.
Okay,
Like 2
so
or 3 unicorn names.
you have a bunch of hoof prints leading away from the plants, and the plants have come back. And keep those out of your mouth. Thank you. And you have no idea.
Wait.
You have no idea.
Wait.
Who did it? What are you going to do?
Wait. Do you know any creatures, Simmer, do you know any creatures in the Feywild that have bigger hoofs?
No, I don't. I mean, maybe there's a really big unicorn out there?
I'm not sure.
I don't know either.
Wait, could the dragon just put on a suit and then there was hoofs on the suit?
Could the dragon wear a suit? No. He wouldn't do that. So, you have.
Let's go talk to the dragon. Go find him and talk to him.
Can I help you think for a moment?
Yeah.
So, you've got a bunch of sick unicorns, right? And you've got something that's making them sick. You got rid of it. And then it came back. And there's a trail of footprints leading away from the things that came back.
Let's follow the footprints.
Okay, do you think that's a good idea? All right, okay. So that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay, not go talk to the dragon?
I want to go talk to the dragon.
Or do you want to go follow the trail of the footprints?
I'll go talk to the dragon. I will go follow the footprints.
Oh, so you both want to do something different. You can either split up, which is a dangerous thing to do in the Feywild, or you can
No
stick
way.
together. So what are you going to decide to do?
Really. Wait. Feywild. Maybe Evie could take a unicorn and I could take a simmer.
And split up again?
I want to take because unicorns have a horn
Oh,
and they just do magical. They could help us and make
okay.
a bubble that's sparkly.
All right. So this is what happens. All right. We'll start with you. You go and you try to find the dragon.
I want simmer.
Shimmer comes with you.
Hey.
And you look and you look, but he is nowhere to be found. He has flown off somewhere else into the Feywild. He's long gone. And you spend all day searching.
Wait. Simmer,
What?
do you know where he lives?
No idea. I've never met him before until you met him.
Wait, Simmer, most dragons live in a big cave.
But he's not a very big dragon. Maybe he does. I don't know of any caves. You could look for one.
Simmer, can you use your horn to make a map to his place?
My horn can't do that. No.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. So you spend all day looking and you can't find him. He's all long gone. You take a sparkly golden unicorn and you follow the trail. And the trail goes deep into the woods.
I want to follow the trail now.
But you're not there. They did it without you. So we're going to listen and see what happens, okay? So what happens is you follow the trail and it leads deep into the woods. Yeah, deep into the woods.
It leads
And
deeper
as-
and deeper and deeper.
As you go further, the woods get darker and darker. And the unicorn starts to seem a little scared until you end at a large black cave and footprints go into it. And the
I'm
unicorn
not
says,
there.
I don't know if I want to go in there. Do you want to do this?
Yes. So
Okay.
come. It's dangerous without you.
Okay. So she gets her courage up.
Let's
Let's let Sparkle talk, okay? So what happens is you go into the cave and it's very dark. And as you're walking in, you suddenly hear breathing, heavy breathing. And you look over and off in the distance you see a light and it starts getting closer. And the breathing gets heavier and louder. And running up, you hear this voice, Who dares enter my cave?
Oh, can you please here, are those your footprints?
You followed my footprints here? And as it gets closer, you see what looks like a giant, like not giant, but very large black horse. And his nostrils are red, and his eyes burn with fire, and his mane is built with fire, and his back of his tail is fire, and he looks like this.
Wow, that's a pretty
He's
horse.
scary. And
No,
his,
he is not. He's
oh,
actually pretty good.
well, I'm glad you think that. What happens
He's
is
so
he,
pretty.
the unicorn you're with goes, it's a nightmare. And he comes up and he says, how dare you follow me to my domain?
We need you. And can you please help us with the flowers that are making the water be so black and making the unicorn sick?
I put those flowers there. Those unicorns deserve to be sick.
No.
Them and their beauty, they think they're so special, and they
No.
say that I am ugly.
Stop! That's not true. If you did let them know who you are and tell them your name, they might say, oh, I feel bad about what I have done. And they might like you.
You think that those unicorns will say that I look beautiful? That I can be with them? Me, a black dark horse?
Yeah, even though
You
you're
do.
a dinosaur.
How about you roll a persuasion check? Or a persuasion.
I really want to go there. Where's the
Go for it.
persuasion?
Your turn's coming up.
And a persuasion.
Yeah, roll persuasion. A 7. Uh-oh. Your persuasion that's only an 8. He says, I don't think that those unicorns will ever accept me for what I
They
am.
will. Please, they will. This is true.
You could
faith
never
in you.
convince me of that. Go away, little fairy.
No,
Get out of my house.
I have to tell you this. And can I roll again, please?
You are. How about you? Okay, tell him what you want to tell him again, and then roll persuasion again. Okay.
Yeah, oh, right then. I'm a good fairy. I'm trying to help, and they're very friendly. And they're our friends. Please.
You beg. You ask me. Most people run in fright from me. What makes you think that they would ever accept me?
Yeah, they don't. You just look a little scary. That's all.
Scary, huh? And do
Yeah.
I frighten you?
No,
Then how do I look to you?
you look a little bit pretty.
Really?
Mhm.
No one has ever been so kind to me.
I don't. No, they just did. They just might look scary, but I don't.
How about you roll another persuasion check? I'll give you advantage on this one. Okay, give it a roll. Oh man, that's an 18. 17 plus 1. Roll one more time because you have advantage. Let's see if you can get even higher. Okay? That's a 17. Both very good rolls. Alright, so you roll an 18. The nightmare looks at you and he breathes, and you can see the heat and the fire coming out of his nostrils, and he says, I will come with you if this unicorn with you says that it's okay.
Is it okay?
She looks at you and goes, do I have a choice?
You get to choose if it's okay. If you want him to come or not.
She says, what? She asks you, should I trust him? He's been poisoning our water.
You should trust him. Please.
I will give him a chance, she says. And you guide the nightmare back to to Crystal Lake. At Crystal Lake, Oh is with all of the sick unicorns. And she's trying to help them because they weren't able to find the dragon. And Shimmer and her are not sure what to do. They've ripped up all of the plants again, because that's the best you can think of at the moment. And then suddenly, in the distance, you see a shining golden unicorn with a fairy, and then a big, dark, fiery horse following them. And all of the unicorns go, oh, a nightmare, a nightmare!
No, guys, that's not. He's actually friendly. This time.
How do you know if he's friendly?
I heard.
But you didn't hear.
Oh.
So why do you think he's friendly?
Because
You're not there yet. You're not there yet. You can't tell her. So you tell me why.
I think he's friendly because most creatures in Feywilds are friendly.
No, that's not true, say the unicorn. Some of them are very mean.
Well, this one I really think is nice. You should really trust him.
Oh, they say, I don't know if I can trust him. He's actually not even from the Feywild.
What?
Yeah.
When he in the Feywild.
We don't know.
Performance check.
How about you roll a persuasion check?
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, go ahead and roll. Roll the box. Oh my. 15 plus your persuasion, so 17. They say they are cautious, but they listen to you. And Sparkle, you bring this big fiery horse in, and he looks at all of them, and he says, "Now what? Why am I here? What do you think I should do?"
I will tell Uh-oh something.
Okay, what do you tell Oh-Oh?
I tell Uh-Oh that he was the one who put the flowers there, but the unicorn trusted him out. So, yeah.
Okay, so you tell her that he's the one who did it, but he's coming here to see if things can get better?
Yeah,
Okay.
so like taking his flowers out and keeping them out.
Okay, and you tell the rest of the unicorns this?
I actually heard that in real life.
Well, yeah, but not in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So now, what do you tell the unicorns to try and help them accept the nightmare?
Unicorns, if the nightmare tells you the name, I really think you should trust him because even though he's not from the Feywild,
Hold on. Let her talk. Let her talk, please.
even though he's not from the Feywild, you should just let him in. You shouldn't set him out.
Okay.
Like Elsa.
Okay. So they say
Anna.
we might have accepted him, but he poisoned our water.
Yeah, even I met people who do mean things, but they help me. They try again, like the guy in our world who said ghost. It was just a puppy.
Oh.
He was he felt really bad. He felt like he should have went in there and helped him.
Mm.
And it was really challenging. A spider was there and bit me.
All right, so you tell the unicorns this, and they go up to the nightmare and they say, "We don't like what you've done, but we understand that you felt like you were alone and that you were sad." Okay, in just a moment.
And he's not ugly.
Okay, and they say, so you convince the unicorns that he is just as beautiful as the rest of them. And
That's true.
you get them to go up and they say, "We don't like what you've done, but we're willing to forgive you and give you a chance. But you have to prove that you're going to be good about this, right? Because they can't let him stay there if he keeps doing
What's
stuff
his
like that,
name?
right?"
What's his name?
His name is Meriden.
Meriden.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how to get rid of these forever?
He says, "I do. And since the unicorns are willing to accept me, I will." And he kind of bows his head and he says,
And
he says, I am sorry. I acted out of anger and I did a very mean thing. Can you forgive me?
Yes.
And the unicorns say yes. Oh, and you two say yes as well. And he goes and he uses a very special tool that only he has, and he removes all of the black and nasty plants and gets rid of them. And the unicorns say they will accept him. Now I have been talking a lot. You had something you wanted to tell Oh? Okay, go ahead and tell it.
They're here because if he does not stay where Snow Hill he is, they might let him visit, and yeah.
Yeah. And so they decide they will accept him, and he tries really hard to make up for what he's done.
I know a way you can do that. You guys have to get along better. You have to become friends and you can visit anytime.
Okay. So all of the unicorn kind of look down. They say, "Yeah, we shouldn't have treated him so badly."
You even called him ugly.
Yeah, we did. One of the unicorns is like, "I did a lot. I'm sorry," and they all say sorry, and he forgives them.
Can I tell you something?
What?
I was wondering, can you visit us someday? Because I think you would like to see how my house looks.
You're saying this to Meriden, the nightmare?
Yeah.
He says, I think that would be really fun. And if you would like,
We live
I
together.
know the way out of the Feywild and I can take you home.
Where do you live?
Well, here now, I guess, he says, with a bit of a smile.
Where did you used to live?
Oh, it was not a good place. That's why I left it. And I hoped to find a nice place with the unicorns, but they weren't nice to me. But now, thanks to both of you, they are.
And,
So,
want to help me make a garden?
I would love to help you make a garden.
Oh, can you help me make the food for my kitty? I don't really have any. I don't want any food for my cat.
He says, I will help you find some. And what he does is he guides you both back out of the Feywild, and he finds you some special food along the way that you can use to feed your cat. And when you get back, he helps you dig up the garden. He's not very good at planting because, remember, he's got a lot of fire on him, right? But he helps you plant the garden, and he tells you both.
Tell him something.
Oh, go ahead.
I know that you're not very good at planting, but you could use the pieces of you that isn't fire pieces. That's like the stone of fire that burns up and the gets stone. Turns to stone.
What he does is he lets you hook up a little plow to him, and he plows the garden so that you can plant seeds in it. And then, what are you doing? And then, apparently, yes. And then he gives you both one more big thank you, and he goes back into the Feywild.
Here's a cupcake.
Oh, you give him a cupcake?
And I
He
give
enjoys
him,
that.
And I give him a chocolate bar.
All right.
Do you want a popsicle?
he accepts all your gifts. He's very happy. He says, no one's ever been this nice. And thanks to both of you, I bet you the unicorns will too. And he goes back into the Feywild, and he promises you he'll probably visit sometime.
Wait,
And-
before he goes, I want to give him a hug.
You get to give him a hug.
And I want to give him a kiss, even though he's a
Yeah?
virus.
You give him a kiss, and he loves it.
Oh, and don't do anything like that again.
He says, I promise I will not be mean. I will be the best, nicest person I can be.
You're right. I will let you jump in that happens. I will let you jump in the leaves when it falls.
He might burn him up. But anyways, he goes to the Feywild. You two are so cute. And
it's okay if he does an accident.
we will end there for today. Thank you, both of you. Give me 5.
Oh, Dad, I'm going to redo it all over
fun.
So we do our own.
Here, go ahead. Go look at it. Look at the nightmare.
Like,
All right.